Nobody sleeps in the woods tonight. Several teenagers addicted to gadgets come to a summer camp where they are forbidden to use the charms of the world of technology. Going camping, the guys are faced with a nightmare that they have not seen even in the darkest corners of the internet. Of the Polish horror films, I can immediately recall only one or two films about ghouls, shot in the distant 90s and then safely forgotten. And suddenly a movie appears, with a plot stated as nothing less than, several teenagers come to a camp where they are forbidden to use the delights of the world of technology. Going on a hike, they face a nightmare. In fact, we are facing an ordinary slasher with an extremely awkward scenario, storylines that have begun and gone nowhere, and a delusional ragged denouement. First, why is the detail about teenagers' dependence on gadgets introduced, and how does the fact that they cannot use phones in the camp affect the plot? Yes, the devil knows, it seemed to the screenwriter that it was cool, or maybe for a beautiful annotation, they say, this will make our cinema different from thousands of other films. As a result, it does not differ, because in the course of the film, the designated dependence of the heroes on the internet world manifests itself twice and very insignificantly, in the dialogue of the fat hero with the virgin hero about the number of subscribers on YouTube, and in fact, in the recognition of the virgin hero that all sex in his life was only on the internet. That's it, the plot has no more references to this part. Of course, yes, their phones were taken away and therefore they cannot call for help from the forest. It would seem that the plot is justified, but maybe someone has seen at least one movie where it would have been different, that is, the heroes would have called the cops, they came, arrested the maniac, the movie ended. The norm is so slasher. Secondly, why is there a lot of details, and even characters introduced into the film that do not affect the plot in any way? Why do we need a priest? What motivates him at all? Why does he behave so strangely? Perhaps we are hinted that he is a kind of pedophile, you know. These Catholic priests are pedophiles from South Park with boys on leashes, but as if softer. The hero he is dealing with is well over 20. By the way, about the hero. Why are we privy to his confessions? Is it that the film undertook to claim the Oscar according to the rules just announced? After all, his homosexuality itself does not play out in the script in any way, he just tells about it for some reason, in fact, to the first person he meets. The same applies to the obsessive focus on the childhood trauma of the main character with flashbacks, and this is also not necessary for anything. And finally, the third. Slasher is not a new genre. A lot has been shot, something is good, something is bad, and a lot of parodies and genre cliches have been shot. And here comes a film filled literally to the brim with the most egregious cliches, and shot, apparently, quite seriously. Although there is nothing to indicate that this is a parody, the behavior of the film's characters does not even pull on a very scary movie. They are so stupid and absurd. Did the counselors attempt to stop a maniac, who is 4 times her size, with a threatening grimace and a stick in her hands cause you anything other than laughter? Why do heroes take to running around the forest like crazy and constantly returning to the lair of a maniac? Damn it. Yes, they are not even really being pursued, they could just leave, run away. Usually in slashers, the reason is somehow indicated, albeit stupid and conditional. Why the heroes cannot escape from the arena did not understand what was happening. A maniac suddenly attacks. The doors are locked, the bridge collapsed, got lost, can't leave without a friend. What kept them from leaving here? Gay reached the church, there is a car there, so there is a road that will lead somewhere. After all, there is a working phone in the same church. The hero saw that it was working, even asked to call the police. Who the hell wrote this script? And finally, this very last girl. The screenwriters decided to add pathos to the film and make a Polish Sarah Connor out of her. Alice's Gentry project, motivating the sudden transformation with the promise she gives to a dying person, whom, in principle, she sees for the first time in her life. And of course, that's why she won't run, she'll fucking fight. The film fails to surprise. It is important for slashers and the novelty or bloodiness of the murders. It didn't work out either. All the methods shown were already there at Jason's, in the Saw, and throwing a severed head is just a joke to the chickens. The idea of a meteorite in general is not otherwise than in color from other worlds borrowed. Nothing new, alas. In general, you can watch a movie just to be impressed by the scenario stupidity. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support is very much needed.